work intersects with many other areas, right? So when you come to us, it's more than just surface level. When, like asking questions like, where do I post new positions? This is transformative work that we are doing to remove barriers to increase diversity. So it's really important that you know that up front. So with that said, there are actually 3 ways that you can work with us. We do workshops through speaking, we offer training, and we do consulting. And so I'll talk about each of the 3. So if you're looking for a speaker, you can just go to our homepage, and there you'll see the speaker button. You'll see all of the topics that I discussed and how to connect directly with our team. As a matter of fact, on our speaking page, you can see the 30 plus speaking engagements that I've been doing over the last year. And so we like to keep an inventory of, or at least an archive of speaking engagements, so that you can get a sense of the style to see if is befitting a word, to see if it works with your workplace. Now, most employers come to our firm for training. And again, I don't mean surface level training. This is immersive training on how to increase diversity, really exploring and unpacking the topics we've only touched upon in today's workshop. We have training specific to recruiters, and separately specific to hiring managers. And then separately, we are rolling out an enterprise training for those looking to bring our training into their learning management system. So for recruiters, we have our Qualified Diversity Recruiter course, QDR, which was formerly known as Diversity Magnet Recruiter. We are updating some things right now on the website. So it is 7 modules combining an online course, virtual coaching sessions, and community. So recruiters learn the complete recruiting system designed to help both corporate and agency recruiters to find, attract, engage, and employ more individuals from historically underrepresented backgrounds. Next, we have Qualified Inclusive Leader for our hiring managers. It's 6 modules, also combining an online course, live virtual coaching sessions, and community. Qualified Inclusive Leader provides in-depth teaching to busy leaders who want to master the ins and outs of hiring and retaining a diverse workforce. And I think that's the key difference, but not even I think, that is the key difference between the Qualified Diversity Recruiter and Qualified Diversity Leader. When we start talking to leaders, we go deeply in the work environment and how it connects to retention. And then finally, the enterprise training that we have available is based on our JTC CARE model. This is our step-by-step model to increasing diversity at your company. So in other words, you would bring our training in-house to your organization inside of your learning management system. We would form a licensing agreement with your team. And then in the JTC CARE model, there are 4 different steps. Step 1, you can train your entire organization on the basics or the core elements necessary to increase diversity, like effective language, understanding the hiring system, and prerequisites necessary to increasing diversity. Step 2, you can train your recruiters and hiring leaders on how to attract or position your company's employment brand as an employer of choice among applicants from historically underrepresented backgrounds. Step 3, you can train your recruiters and your hiring leaders on how to engage or to seal the leak in your company's talent pipeline by minimizing the number of unintended oversights, applicant withdrawals, and biased rejections within the hiring process. And then step 4 is where you begin to talk about retention. This is where you can train your leaders on creating an inclusive workplace that can retain employees from historically underrepresented backgrounds. So the training that we have available for recruiters and then separately for hiring managers can be experienced in 3 ways, right? So the very first option is that you can take the training live with me and our team. You can hear all of my funny, corny jokes, if that's what you would like. This is our blended learning approach. You start with the course, and which is approximately 60 minutes of engaging online content that you complete prior to attending the live coaching session. This is the theoretical portion of the course where we break down concepts to ensure understanding. Next, we have the live coaching session. This is a 60-minute virtual coaching session where we help you to apply your newly acquired knowledge to build the skills that you can apply immediately in the workplace. And then, of course, we have community. We encourage you to participate in the online portion, in the online discussion boards within the JTC platform, all moderated by a team member. And after you complete the course, we invite you to join our private LinkedIn group. And this is a space where you can connect with other professionals who are on the same journey with you. And it's also your space to keep asking our team the questions that you have. In the end, it's only 2 hours of tailored learning a week over the course of 6 or 7 weeks, depending on the course that you choose. Finally, it's important that you know that for this live program experience where you're going through this program with me, we're only doing it twice a year. We're only doing it twice a year in April and in October. So it's important that you are already on our list for the next upcoming class. Now, going back to the training experience, you can do option 2. You can take the training asynchronously or on demand. Now, what this means is that we can give you full access to the course only, and you can go through the modules on your own free time. It's 100% self-paced learning that is controlled by you. However, do not worry that you're going to be alone in this process because we also provide community. Remember, that's the access to the discussion boards throughout the course, facilitated by a Team JTC member, and access to our private LinkedIn group. That is approximately 6 or 7 hours of learning material created by subject matter experts, us. And finally, the on-demand learning experience is offered all year long, okay? All year long. So you can take that at any time. Now, the final learning experience that we have for you, if you're interested in QDR or QIL, is that you can experience this training as a professional learning community. Here's what this means. Within the professional learning community or the PLC experience, you will get access to the course. It's the same course that I was mentioning earlier. And then there's the coaching component, but listen closely because here's where it changes. You as a leader can register a group of at least 10 people, and you can lead your group through the live coaching sessions. You will be assigned a JTC liaison and a leader facilitation guide to support you as you're leading your team through the course modules. The best part is that you choose the areas that you would like to focus on from the course in the live coaching session, and your team still has the full course available to them behind the scenes, and it's all up to you. And then the next is the community. This learning experience is offered all year long. However, we have to assign you a liaison, so there's the level of coordinating schedules. The final experience is our in-house training experience via the JTC CARE model. Using a bite-sized learning approach, to which we hear about often, the bite-sized learning approach, we provide you with a step-by-step model to increasing diversity at your company. This is where, again, you bring our training in-house inside of your LMS. And then once the agreement is in place, you will have access to these 4 modules. And I've already mentioned them before: core, attract, engage, and retain, all to help empower your whole enterprise to be on the same bus, going in the same direction as you're working to increase diversity. And if training isn't what you're looking for and you would like to go even more deeply, consider hiring our team for consulting. And we have our State of Diversity Recruiting Roadmap, where we go through 5 phases. So phase 1 is training, which I've already discussed. Some organizations will say, hey, I want to do the training. Some will say, nope, let's just start with phase 2. Phase 2 is the impact audit. This is where I was mentioning before, we actually look at your recruiting data, your employment data, promotional data, and we begin to search for bias using your data. Phase 3 is the actual State of Diversity Recruiting report. This is where we present our findings to you and we make a recommendation on what you should start doing, stop doing, and continue doing within your organization on your path to increasing diversity. And then phase 4 is we create a State of Diversity Recruiting action plan. We take your approved recommendations, of all the recommendations that we've given you, you tell us what you would like to begin implementing, and then we create an action plan on how you begin implementing those recommendations. And then phase 5 is the actual implementation, where organizations will say to us, can you come in to implement this? And then phase 6 is where we begin measuring all of the work. This, my friends, my new friends, is how our partnership would look. And I can tell you from experience that once we start working together, because we see it over and over again, our team becomes an extension of your team by way of support. We're in this together. And if you already know that you're interested in a consultation, all you have to do is click the QR code and fill out the contact form to reach out to us directly.